Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. So I have channeled a message for you, and I will get that to you. Wow, Mercury. I will get there in just a few minutes. Oh my gosh, Mercury's going direct on Monday, and I totally didn't mention that in Aries or Taurus, but hey, Mercury's going direct, and that's important, especially if you're a Gemini or a Virgo, because it totally rules your sign. And we have a full moon happening in Virgo, so that's pretty powerful too. And it's actually a super moon, which has a lot of attractive powers to it. And so what you're thinking about, what you're spending your time thinking about is what you're going to create, what's going to be attracted to you. And so it's a really good time to focus on things that are positive and not the negative or the difficult things in your life. And I think this is important, and I'll tell you why in just a moment based on what I saw in the vision. But I want to thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel. YouTube has changed the algorithms, and I'm struggling to figure out what all they're doing because I'm just not getting as many views. And so could you please help me out? Hit that thumbs up, or better yet, leave me a comment. It'll help me, but most importantly, it connects our energy so that when I am trying to tap into your energy to get messages for you that are channeled, we've exchanged energy, and it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to access that energy. So your vision was really fascinating. You were standing on top of this mountain, and there were other mountains in view. You could see for miles and miles and miles, and it was so clear, but the only thing is that there was a cloud deck below you, and so you couldn't see anything that was below you. You were up there in this cool, crisp air. It was very isolating. But I felt like you were there by choice, like you needed a timeout to think and to get above it all and to try to change your perspective. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue sky, so big and bright, and it hurt my eyes to look at it. It was so bright. Glowing like the sun was this big, huge bird. I don't know if it was an eagle or if it was a hawk, or what exactly it was, but it was this big, huge, amazing, God, I just felt like, what is that? And then I heard Spirit is bringing you your answers. And so whatever the guidance is that you went up there looking for, I believe it's coming in. So taking that time for solitude, taking that time for reflection, seeking the answers by finding some quiet space feels really important this week. And the answers that you're seeking are going to come. This full moon is about illuminating what our goals and our dreams are. It is about figuring out what our next steps are. Taking any kind of a step, writing down what you want is a step. Okay, some kind of an action step is going to be required to really get things moving. Think of it as dropping the pebble into the still pond and allowing the ripples to vibrate out through the universe so that you can change things up, so that you can use the power of this attractive moon to bring things to you. So these are really important things that are happening that you have the ability to manage. This full moon is happening in a very beautiful trine aspect, which is very supportive energy of what's going on over there in Capricorn, where we have, it comes into trine with Aries, the action planet, with Jupiter, the kind of expansion, and with the transformative energy of Pluto. And so these are big action transformative energies. This is such a great full moon to really release what's not working, to tract in what you really and truly want your life to look like, what you want your life to be. So taking the time to spend a little time in that kind of solitude, finding yourself out there away from the noise of the world, and allowing yourself, so you can get there through meditation, you can get there through a walk in nature, you can get there in the bathtub, for goodness sake, wherever it is that you find that quiet space. I really encourage you to take the time to do that this week. So let's go ahead and get into the cards, and then we will take a look at what your color card for the week is. But This full moon, like I said, it's about achieving. It's about what do you want to achieve, and you have bountiful nature, which is about getting out in nature and spending time in nature to allow the information to come to you. Spending time in nature will shift you to a high vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. And believe me, you could see for miles and miles and miles, and you have the gratitude list. And so when you're writing down what it is that you want to achieve, I also think it's a great time to sit down and write out what you're grateful for in your life. Because when you write down what you're grateful for, it brings in a higher vibrational energy to you, and it allows you to really manifest from a higher vibrational energy. And so when that moon moves on Tuesday into Libra, Tuesday and Wednesday is really difficult energy. It happens at 6:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and the moon that was comfortably aspected over here on Sunday, now it's suddenly very difficultly aspected with these sharp right angles. But look at this. You have making a difference. So when you're doing your self-reflecting on your reputation and what brings you the joy and what brings the pleasure, and you're like, well, it seems like I put a lot of time and energy and effort into this and it doesn't seem to make a difference. I want you to remember the story of the little boy at the seashore. Say that fast 3 times, where, he was running along throwing all the starfish that he could find back into the water, and there were so many on the beach, and the guy says to him, he goes, what are you doing? You can't put them all back in. It's not making a difference. He goes, well, it makes a difference to this one, as he throws it back into the water. And so where can you affect a change in your life? Where can you make a difference? You don't have to save the whole world. You don't have to save a whole situation, but where can you make a difference right now, today? What's important to you? This full moon is happening in your 4th house of home, and so it probably has something to do around the arena of your home, what you're trying to create, and that work-life balance, because we start out the week in the arena of your home, and we finish out in the area of partnerships. It could be intimate, it could be business. So when we get to Thursday and Friday, really great supportive energy again, because now the moon is in the water sign of Scorpio, which is a nice aspect with earth signs, and this is about where the commitments are in your life. Where's the balance? Where do you find the beauty in the now moment? Where you are right now, look around. What do you see? What do you enjoy? What's bringing it in to focus that's beautiful? This is about putting your dreams into a plan so that you can create them. And so we have here, every step counts. Every step counts. You're making a difference slowly, step by step. There's an advantage to taking things slowly, breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. So start by at least writing it down, and then you have resilience. This keeps coming up a lot. Came up in private readings, and now it's coming up a lot this week for the overall readings. And the resilience reminds you that you can do it, that it's all lessons. There is no need to rush or push. This is a time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening, and every step counts. Even though it might feel like it's going super, super slow, you are making progress. And the moon, when it moves into Sagittarius, reminds you of the resilience of releasing what doesn't work, cutting it back so that you can bring in this growth. So we have, this doesn't say, yes it does, resilience. We have resilience and resilience. It seems to be the watchword. The other thing that seems to be the watchword is wisdom this week. Wisdom and resilience has come up so much. And there's this energy of, what did you learn from the experiences that has now created this inner knowledge, this inner knowing? And so taking time to think a little deeper to get to where you're going, and you have the master. You can solve a problem naturally and effortlessly. Proceed with courage and intelligence. Let soft conquer hard. Do not fight the powers that can destroy you. Ride with the opposing forces until the right moment to act. And this is all about the opposition energy of what's going on right now. And so lots of things, lots of potential here for deciding just what it is that you want and getting the answers brought to you. But I think you need solitude, you need quiet, you need patience. Be willing to let things kind of play out, be an observer of life. Stepping back a little, giving yourself a little distance so you can figure out where things are going, I think will really work to your benefit. And your color card for the week is Revitalize Your Nervous System, green. So get out there in nature, take a little walk if you can. Wear some green to remind you, you know, breathe and sit with the energy and see where it takes you and how does it make you feel. And I really believe that the answers that you seek will be brought to you. All right, Gemini, you take care. You have a good week and good luck with figuring things out. I really think you can. All right, take care.